What up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. Today I read John chapter 13. Just going to give you my quick thoughts. Something that stood out to me, I had to read it twice, but what's happening is the Passover is rapidly approaching. This was before the Feast of the Passover, and Jesus knew that his hour had come for him to depart out of the world unto the Father, and the Last Supper is about to happen, and the Lord is actually washing the disciples' feet, and he goes to wash Peter's feet, Simon Peter, but Simon Peter said to him Peter said to him, "You shall by no means wash my feet forever." And Jesus answered him, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." And Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head." And Jesus said to him, "He who is bathed has no need except to wash his feet, but is wholly clean, and you are clean, but not all of you," as in all the disciples. For he knew the one betraying him. For this reason he said, "Not all of you are clean." It's so interesting that Jesus decided to wash their feet, because there's other verses where he talks about the servant being the master and the master being the servant, and Jesus acted as the servant in this case. But really, as we know, Jesus is the Son of God. He is, if there is anyone that should be above the disciples, it is definitely Jesus. But so I need to get my bearings here for a second. He came then to Simon Peter. He said, "Lord, do you wash my feet?" Jesus answered and said to him, "What I am doing you do not know now, but you will know after these things." Which is interesting. "You call me the teacher and the Lord, and you say rightly, for I am." In verse 14 he says, "If I then, the Lord and the teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet." So we should serve one another, since the Lord served us. That creates a pretty cool chain of serving one another. Earlier on in Acts, we saw that as the early church was growing, it talked about how the brothers would share possessions, and it even said that there was hardly anything that was considered anyone's. Like, no one considered there to be property that was their own. We're going to play one more game. We're going to actually play a game on the channel today. I've not played in a couple of days. I kind of want to do this because I want to talk about my day, because I don't know. I enjoyed the chapter. I got some nice family time in my small group today. I'm probably going to be covering that same chapter in a little more detail in the future, which I hope you don't mind. But there's a cool verse. I had a point, but I can't remember where it was at. Just kind of unfortunate. Just about righteousness, how it's not by our righteousness, but his righteousness. I was going to bring up Matthew 6:33, that seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and these things will be added to you. But I thought I had the verse, but I low-key lost it. Everything today went wrong. I woke up, I went and took an electronics quiz, got a bad grade, and then I went and had a work presentation. That did not go very well. I have to present content to people tomorrow for a couple hours, and they're just we have good content, but there's not very much of it, and we're not being led very effectively, which might sound like just like, hey man, it's your job to, step it up, but I'm just not given much feedback. And there's a meeting agenda for this meeting, and my professor's literally just AI generated it. Like, my professor did like one AI prompt and was like, you should be able to present for 3 hours on this. And I was like, dude, you can't be serious right now. And he genuinely wants us to present AI slop for 3 hours. So, some real prestigious job that I have. I am very blessed to have the job that I have. Just has been frustrating me in the recent happenings, just because I have a lot going on. We're getting close to finals. There's been a bunch of deadlines rapidly approaching, and it's just not a good time for me to have one more thing on my plate that, like, low-key doesn't make any sense. So that's all. So was that. And then I just kind of felt like the dumps a little bit today. Just, like, I was reading the Bible, but things didn't feel as good as they did even yesterday. Like, things were great yesterday, honestly, with the Lord and spending time with Him. Things felt natural, things felt easy, but that's part of it. Like, sometimes things aren't easy. I want you to know that, because there's a lot of self-condemnation that can happen. You're like, what's wrong with me? Because honestly, that the Lord is not the limiting factor in the time you spend with Him. Like, He's not going to be the one who's like, I'll love you tomorrow. He is willing to dispense His love and His life freely, and you can compel the Lord to be with you. Just some days it's hard for me to get into that space, and I feel like I did reach that. But there's just things frustrating me at small group, like I'm torturing myself over. I need to make sure my roommate isn't hearing this. I'm torturing myself over this girl that, like, I can't even say that I like her, but I'm like really interested in her, and I haven't told anybody because I don't know, things tend to work out better that way. I feel we're gonna run another. Doing the thing where I just had a not super great day in general, so then, like, every little thing is just, it's like Chinese water torture. It's a droplet of water on my head, like, and I just start tweaking out, Hope that makes sense. Just tweaking out over the smallest things. Like, it's not that deep, but it is that deep today. And I'm so ready to go on break and go see my cousins, because my cousins are coming in town. I'm so unimaginably ready to not be in this same routine for just a little bit. I have no idea what he's playing. I thought maybe Expo, but like Inferno Tower and Witch, though? Like Night Skeleton's Tesla? Like, bruh, what is this? Like, schizo deck? No disrespect. This is just summing up my day. Like, nothing makes sense. Nothing works. I don't just want to be like a Debbie Downer all the time. Like, my roommate, he's pretty much, like, done. Like, he is already in break mode fully, which is great for him, but He'll be like, bro, aren't you happy? I'm like, shut up, man. And it's like listening to the same song like 4 times in the span of 2 hours. Stupid somewhere beyond the sea. That song is starting to make me upset. I'm being very petty. This is my petty grievances for the day. I need to get it out. I don't know how to play around a monk, dude. What am I meant to do? Don't go. Oh my. I'm gonna crash out, bro. Really just sums up the experience today. You got one connection. You're just gonna wrangle a win out of this. I'm telling you. I messed up one time. I'm just frustrated. And I do this thing where I start to spiral real bad. And because a few things kind of suck. Now, like, everything sucks, dude. Like, everything sucks. It's really, really annoying. I dig a hole for myself. What did I do that for? I just misclicked completely. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the worst game of Clash Royale I've ever played. This is by far the worst game of Clash Royale ever played. Not only by me, but by anyone in the entire world. I hope you forget about that game. I'm more concerned about talking than I am playing, but still, that was ridiculous. That was so bad. Get me out. Get me out. Good night. Tomorrow must be better. Please, Lord, make it better.